Hope you had a very nice week. I haven't been active this week or last week. Hope you are doing well. Today I would like to share something very special. I was thinking about this a long time ago actually, and finally I want to do it now. I would like to share a very special period of my time with you. Those times was when I was in Sri Lanka. So, long story cut short, I was stranded in Sri Lanka when the pandemic happened. I packed 15 days of clothes and I got there and everything shut down and I was stranded there. So I ended up staying there for 1 year and 4 months. Yeah, and it was a very, very special period of my life so far. And I would like to share some of those moments with you. And hopefully you found it interesting. Personally, I found it very interesting. Not only interesting, but it was a very unforgettable period and experience for me. All the emotions were there during the time. Yeah, so how can I share that with you? I have some notes. In my phone, and I would like to share that with you by reading it. And some of my notes are in Chinese, English, some of them are in Italian, French, because during that time I got all the time in the world, so I tried to practice the languages that I want to learn. So I also note down my thoughts in those languages. Obviously I needed to check for the language, for the words, and whether it works, whether it's true or not. But you got the idea. So, are you ready? Yeah, let's go back together. It was 2020 and 21st of October. I wrote down. Let's do it in Chinese first. I wrote down 昨晚斯里兰卡小镇的上空真是太美了，星星与月亮。我躺在草席上，这景色让我觉得很感动，同时又让我内心觉得很平静。实际上，我常常到天台上看天空，但是今晚不同寻常，这会是一个难忘的夜晚。And in English, last night, a small town in Sri Lanka. The sky was so amazingly beautiful with those stars and that smiley moon. It was a touching view at the same time. It made me so calm. It was one of the most unforgettable nights. And I actually wrote it, the same similar thing in French. I'm going to read it, okay? Well, or try to read it. It's been a while that I haven't really practiced French. So, hier soir, dans une petite ville au Sri Lanka, le ciel était très très beau avec beaucoup d'étoiles et une lune souriante. Je m'allongeais sur le tapis de paille pour regarder tout ça. C'était vu m'a fait toucher. À la même temps, c'est la fête tranquille. En fait, j'aime aller sur la tour toujours. Mais hier soir, c'était différent. Ça sera inoubliable. And guess what? I actually drew a little drawing, and I'm trying to share, but my drawing is so bad, but I'm going to share anyway. So there is my drawing. It's my drawing. You see all the stars that I mentioned in my thought, in my note. All the stars and all the that's the cloud, and there's the moon, the smiley moon in the background. Yeah. So there you go. That's my drawing. Yeah. And on the October 24th, 2020, also the same year, I wrote, 我本来决定去海里游泳，但看到了些海蜇，于是决定算了。我心里有些失落，但当回到住处，阳台上的风景又让我的心情变好了，哈哈。I've decided not to go swimming in the sea earlier because I saw some jellyfish. I was a bit upset because of this. Someone may say, oh, you can go to the sea. Why do you upset? Why do you feel upset? Right? Yeah. But sometimes, if you're in the sea, you want to go to swim, but then you see some jellyfish, you'll be a little bit disappointed. So, I was a little bit upset because of this. Although, when I returned to my place and saw this, what a view! Now I'm happy. So, the view is this. Very nice, right? That's the view from my balcony when I was there in Sri Lanka. Because, as I mentioned, I was stranded in Sri Lanka and no tourists coming in, no tourists going out, but slowly tourists were going out, going back to their country, and I had a room just by myself in a very big hotel, very near the sea. So that's the view I get from my balcony. Yeah, from one side of my balcony. And the other side, the view is even prettier. I will show you later. It's also in my note. So I will also try to do the French version of this thought. Je vais décider de pas aller nager dans la mer, juste plus doux, car j'avais eu des méduses dans la mer. Je suis un peu contrariée. Mais quand j'ai rentré à la maison, quelle vue sur mon balcon! Je suis contente maintenant. You can see, lack of practice. Anyway, and then on the 27th of October, 5 years ago, 2020, I said, there's some very beautiful photos that I took in Sri Lanka. They are unforgettable moments of my life. 我想与你们分享我在斯里兰卡拍的照片，它们真叫人难忘，它们已经成为组成我生命的一部分。So, je vais partager avec vous les photos que j'ai prises sur Sri Lanka. C'était des moments inoubliables. Ils sont des moments de ma vie. Okay, I would like to share those photos with you too. Very, very valuable photo. Okay, so here. This one photo when I was traveling in Sri Lanka. In the very early morning, I saw this, and this one also very, very nice. I remember it was a very early morning, a little bit of sunshine shining through the place, and you can smell the fresh air in the area. And this one, the sunset above the Indian Ocean. Very nice, right? Very nice. And then this one is when I was traveling from one place to another place, and this is one of the tea plantation place in Sri Lanka. Yeah, it's very beautiful. So I took this photo actually from the train while the train is moving. Yeah. And then this one, you can see the little dots. When you see the little dots, they are, have a guess what they are. You probably won't guess. What do you think they are, the little dots? They are bats. Yeah. They are not any birds, they are bats. Bats. Yeah, from one evening out of nowhere, and all the bats just flying out of, I think they are from a cave. Yeah, from flying out of a cave for some reason. Yeah. And then on the 30th of October 2020, I wrote something. I wrote 昨天 是我的生日，我独自一人在一个被困住的地方，夜晚在阳台上看明亮的月亮和那颗陪伴在旁的星星，听海浪的声音。同时我收到了来自很多认识及不认识的朋友的生日祝福，我很感激这一切，这是一个独特的庆生方式。Yesterday was my birthday. I was alone in the country that I am stranded in. In the evening, I was looking at the moon and the stars just beside. I was also listening to the waves. I received some birthday wishes from friends who I knew, and I appreciate all of this. That was a unique birthday. Yeah. Hier, c'était mon anniversaire. J'étais toute seule et je suis dans la baie où je suis coincée. La soie, c'était sur mon balcon. J'ai regardé la lune très près et l'étoile à côté. Seulement une étoile hier soir. J'ai écouté le bruit de les vagues. Plus, j'ai reçu beaucoup de sourires des amis connus. Unforgettable. J'apprécie tout ça. C'est un uniquement anniversaire vers moi. Okay. And on the 31st of October. 太美了，今晚的月亮。没错，我又在阳台上看月亮了。因为手机的问题，我不能拍更好的照片，但是我真的很想与你们分享这个景色。It's amazing, the moon tonight. Yes, I'm on my balcony again and enjoying all of this. I couldn't take better photos because of my phone, but I really want to share this view. C'est très beau. La lune ce soir. Oui, je suis depuis mon balcon et la regarder. Je ne peux pas prendre les belles photos à cause de mon portable, mais je veux la partager vraiment. Cette vue. And this is the moon that I was talking about. Very bright and actually it's very golden, but my phone wasn't good enough to take the good photos, as I mentioned in the thought. So yeah, and it's very interesting that how my room was there, and I can how to say, I can have all the good view from that unique room. Yeah, all the moon sunset from the other side and the moon rise from the other side. So I was lucky. one here. I would like to share this one. Yeah, talking about the moon again, obviously. Okay. 此时此刻，我感觉月亮离我好近，似乎就在我的面前发着光。我感觉很幸福，心都快融化了。This is the view from my balcony right now. Right this moment, I feel that the moon is so close to me, shining just in front of me. Oh my heart is melting. You know what I mean when I show you the photo. C'est maintenant sur mon balcon. À cet moment, je me sens que la lune est très très proche de moi. Brille tellement moi. Je me sens très heureuse. Et mon corps est en train de fondre. This is the view. Those are coconut trees, and this one is the moon. And actually, on the black area here, between the moon and the coconut tree, that's the sea, that's the ocean. Yeah, so it was super nice. The moonlight shining through the sky and the cloud. That was the 4th of November. Since now looking back, I was spending lots of time just looking at the moon and stars. Okay, now this one is interesting. This one, it's 12th of November. I wrote 大雨过后，我正准备入睡，一只暂时迷路的萤火虫缓缓地飞进了我的房间。本来黑漆漆的房间，忽然就有了一闪一闪的微微的光。那么微弱的光，却是那么鲜活的生命。好久没有看到萤火虫了，心中一种莫名的美好。我睡得很好，也许也做了一个美好的梦。Wow, reading this after some time, it does take me back. After a heavy rain, I was getting ready to sleep last night. Out of expectation, a cute little firefly was flicking slowly into my room. Now, it's twinkle, twinkle, little firefly just above my head in the dark room. Such a vivid life. It's been a long time since I saw fireflies. So I had a good sleep and probably a good dream too. Après la pluie, j'étais sur le point de m'endormir. J'ai soudainement vu une luciole vaciller dans ma chambre. Ça fait longtemps que je n'ai pas eu de luciole. Je me sens très romantique. La nature est si belle. J'ai bien dormi et peut-être j'ai fait une bonne rêve. That was a good one. I like that. Okay. And on the 14th of November, I wrote a very romantic one too. 正值斯里兰卡的雨季，昨晚一场大雨过后，我很惊喜地发现天空中能看到超级多的星星，星星们像是刚洗过澡一样，特别闪耀。想象一下，在这墨黑色、无边无际的天空里，有那么多钻石般一闪一闪的星星，风很温柔。这种时刻，还有什么比坐下来静静欣赏它们更有意思呢？当然，有杯红酒在手里更好。In English, it's the rainy season here in Sri Lanka. After a storm last night, I was surprised to see a very, very starry sky. It feels like every drop of water has dropped from sky, which make it so clear. And has those stars been in a shower? They are so bright. Imagine in this vast, dark, borderless sky, there are numbers of diamonds like stars, with a slight touch of wind now and then, only sitting down and enjoying it. It is what you can think of. And a glass of wine would be even better. Yeah. And then here, that's interesting. I met someone. 这只小壁虎很好奇，为什么我一句话写那么多次？小壁虎，我来告诉你吧，我在练字，这叫熟能生巧。奋斗。Okay, so I met someone. Ta-da! Yeah, it's a Genko. And I wrote, this baby Genko is curious about why I wrote the same Chinese characters so many times. So those are the characters that I was writing. Yeah, I was writing those. And then, so I said, well, this baby Genko is just next to the wall, looking at me writing the characters so many times. So I said, let me tell you, baby Genko, this is called practice. And practice makes perfect. My brain must be going, has been like going. I was talking to Genkos, or imagined to talk to Genko. Anyway, yeah. So cette bébé Genko est curieuse de savoir pourquoi j'écris les mêmes caractères chinois tant de fois. Laisse-moi vous dire, bébé Genko, cela s'appelle pratiquer. Et la pratique rend parfait. Bon courage. Okay, and here we go. That's a very long thought that I wrote down. 14th of November, I wrote, 我们人类的眼睛天生就能表达一门了不起的语言，不需要语言的语言。都说眼睛是心灵的窗户，那么我们真的能透过这扇窗直接看到内心吗？个人想象力和经历会很大程度地影响你如何破译眼里的信息，然后组成故事。因此，这门语言不需要说、听、写，难就难在读。So it means that our eyes can speak a great language, which words are not needed by nature. Most of the time, our facial emotions, especially our eyes, reflect our inner states. But is this language very straightforward and universal? Your own imagination and personal experiences will largely influence how you interpret the message, and the story is up to you to tell. Therefore, it's a language which listening, writing, and even speaking are not required compared to traditional languages. It's a language that is extremely difficult to read. It's a long message. Yeah. And the next message or next note that I wrote, I would like to share. Yeah, this one. Very interesting. Well, I think it's interesting. So, I say, 是这样的，我对这个充满好奇。既然是一个人住，那也不怕试一试这个味道吧。So, I'll let you know. I'll show you what am I going to try. But I wrote, right. I'm so curious how this will taste like. Since I'm all alone here, I gotta try it, haven't I? So, I'm going to show you. Yeah, I bought this from the supermarket in Sri Lanka, and it's pure bee honey with garlic. I was curious and I tried. It was alright actually. Just, luckily I was alone. Yeah. And there's another one. 从未有机会学习过舞蹈，因此我若是跳舞，只是随便跳跳。实际上，我那可能并不是跳舞，只是一种从头到脚自然流转出来的情感。It says, never had the chance to learn dancing, so whenever I dance however try again. Never had the chance to learn dancing, so whenever I dance however I feel like it. In fact, forget about dance. It's just a natural flow of emotions coming through head to toes. this one I actually wrote it in Italian, so I'm going to try to read it in Italian too. Non ho mai imparato a parlare, ma mi piace molto. Se posso, mi dedico un po' di tempo per parlare al giorno. Parlare mi fa stare bene. Yeah. Okay. And it was Christmas time. It was Christmas time. Past the Christmas time, and I bought myself a guitar because I had guitaring where I was before I was stranded in Sri Lanka. So I got too bored, so I decided, okay, I'm going to get myself another guitar in Sri Lanka because I don't know how long am I going to stay there. So it's like, okay, let's do it. And actually I had a note too. Yeah. But I think at that time I was only practicing. And I haven't been able to record anything. But I did record something here. I'm not sure if you can hear it. I said this is quite a concert going on outside. Night like this should come with a good drink. Let's hear it. It's the sound of nature. All the insects, all the animals. Probably a little bit of sound of the waves all coming along. In the night in Sri Lanka, it's quite loud. After a storm, yeah, they're all coming out just like, oh, yeah. So that was it. And here we go, another one. I said, wow, I gotta get into the sea to have a moonlight bath. A moonlight bath. Let me show you, and you know what you mean, or what I mean, what you mean. So this picture, coconut tree and the moonlight shining down the ocean. So I said it's 6 p.m. in the evening, and I'm going to have a moonlight bath. Exactly like that, right? I know. It's super good. A moonlight bath. Have you ever had one? Moonlight bath? Yeah. Now you're thinking, you said you were stranded in Sri Lanka, and all I can see is something very nice happening. Looking at the moon, looking at the sky, looking at the stars, and going to have moonlight bath in the sea. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't want to write down too much negative thoughts. here we go. I wrote something that is kind of like a poem, but not really. Just something in my mind, a thought. I call it thunderbolt thought. Yeah. So here we go. Chinese first. 2021年来了。我曾经以为他不会来，他带着希望和爱来了。我真的感觉到了，阳光温热了我的皮肤，微风轻抚着我的头发，小鸟嬉戏，腼腆入睡，大海翻滚，热情似火。这些证明一切不是梦。2021真的来了，就现在，让我们一起抬起头，闭上眼，用心去感受，去感恩，迎接挑战，克服困难，迎接爱和希望的降落。Wow, I was like that. So, the English version of that is like this. Oh, it's 2021. She came. I used to doubt whether she would, but here she is, with love and hope, and I feel it here. Sunshine is warming my skin. Breeze is stroking my hair. Birds greet me with joy. Ocean embraced me with passion. This isn't just dream. I shall close my eyes to feel very airy miracle. I shall touch my heart to listen to the upcoming love and hope. I shall take my actions to express my gratitude, with which I shall have everything I need to overcome those unexpected challenges that came along with 2021. So that was the first day of 2021, the New Year's Day. I wrote this. Wow, I was very, very positive. I have always been positive. And yeah, the story continues. But I think let's not tell the story in one go. It's time for you to get some sleep. So I hope you enjoyed my little moments back in Sri Lanka, and I will see you next time, and hope you have a good dream. 晚安，晚安，晚安，晚安，晚安。